Due to the developing situation in China and Asia concerning the coronavirus, we will be operating this article as a running live update service to keep businesses involved in ASEAN and Asia updated with the latest relevant regional news. Travel advisory: we are hearing accounts of travelers in some ASEAN countries being denied entry if they possess any China visa history in their passport. While this may not be official policy, it appears to be implemented at certain border crossings in more remote areas. Intra-Asia travel may best be arranged through main exit entry points where facilities are more advanced. ASEAN coronavirus updates, live updates by country. Brunei: cases in Brunei increased to 91. The number of cases in Brunei has reached 88. 2 patients have recovered. Brunei said its citizens and foreign residents in the country are barred from leaving the nation. The number of cases has risen to 50. Brunei said 5 more people had tested positive for the coronavirus. Brunei has reported its first case of COVID-19, a 53-year-old local man returning to the Sultanate from Kuala Lumpur with 3 friends. Visitors from the Chinese provinces of Zhejiang and Jiangsu are barred from entering Brunei with the exception of Brunei citizens and permanent residents. Cambodia has confirmed another 12 cases of coronavirus. There are now 24 known cases in the country. Cambodia has reported 4 new cases of the coronavirus, including a 4-month-old baby. The number of cases has risen to 12. Cambodia has ordered the closure of schools in the capital, Phnom Penh, and the popular tourist destination of Siem Reap. Cambodia has announced a ban on the entry of foreigners from Italy, Germany, Spain, France and the US for 30 days. Cambodia has found 3 British nationals infected with the coronavirus on a tourist boat on the Mekong River. Indonesia's COVID-19 cases have jumped to 579, with the death toll increasing by 1 to 49. The government has completed the renovation of the former athletes' village in Jakarta into a hospital for COVID-19 patients. The new hospital can treat as many as 22,000 patients. The number of positive cases in Indonesia increased to 514, with the death toll also increasing to 48. Indonesia has announced 81 new coronavirus cases and 6 additional deaths, bringing the total number of cases to 450 and the number of deaths to 38. Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan has declared a state of emergency for the next 2 weeks in an effort to contain the pandemic. He urged all companies in the city to close their offices, including entertainment venues. Authorities launched rapid testing for the disease today in areas where there have been cases of the virus. The number of cases in Indonesia has jumped to 369, and the number of deaths has risen to 32. A total of 17 have recovered. The mayor of the city of Bogor has tested positive for COVID-19. The number of cases in Indonesia has risen to 227, with the death toll also rising to 19. The president has told Finance Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati to divert 40 trillion rupiah ($2.7 billion United States dollars) from the non-urgent government budget to increase spending in programs that could provide direct support to household consumption or increase people's purchasing power. Foreign visitors wishing to enter Indonesia must obtain a visa from Indonesian missions in accordance with the purpose of their visit, and applicants must provide a health certificate issued by a relevant health authority from their respective countries. Indonesia will suspend its visa exemption policy for all countries for 1 month and expand restrictions for people with a history of travel to some of the world's countries hardest hit by the coronavirus. The suspension includes short-stay visits, visa on arrival and diplomatic visa-free facilities. The number of cases in Indonesia has risen to 172. Laos: the government will postpone the 11th National Sports Games. The U.S. government has provided personal protective equipment to Laos, which includes 440 protective goggles, 1,500 surgical gowns, and 220 face shields, along with biohazard disposal bags, aprons, N95 face masks, safety boxes, gloves, and hand sanitizer supplies. The Laos Ministry of Commerce has set a ceiling for the prices of face masks. The retail price of 3-layer masks cannot exceed 25,000 kip, $2.82 for a box of 50, while a single mask must not be sold for more than 1,000 kip. 11 United States dollars cents. 2 suspected cases being investigated. The country has sealed off Golden Triangle road borders with China and Myanmar and suspended flights to China. Numerous international and private schools have closed for the time being. No cases reported to date, passenger screening being introduced. Laos is putting in place monitoring facilities on its borders. Malaysia, the number of cases has jumped to 1,512, with 14 deaths in total. The government has allocated another $135 million for the health ministry to combat the virus. Malaysia's death toll stands at 9, with 1,306 recorded cases. The country has reported its third COVID-19 related death. The country will mobilize the army to help enforce curbs on movement aimed at reining in the coronavirus. Malaysia reported 130 new cases of coronavirus infection, sending the cumulative total to 1,030. The country will deploy the army from Sunday to assist police in enforcing a partial lockdown. Malaysia shut its borders with Singapore, beginning a 14-day partial lockdown. Malaysia has reported its second COVID-19 death. The number of cases has reached 673. Malaysia reported its first death from coronavirus. Malaysia now has 553 reported cases. Malaysia will impose a nationwide movement control order from Wednesday until the end of the month. The order includes a comprehensive restriction on movements and public gatherings, including a ban on all religious, sports, social, and cultural activities. Malaysia's Prime Minister has announced a 2-week lockdown of the country. Malaysia reported 190 new cases of coronavirus, most linked to a religious event at a mosque that was attended by more than 10,000 people from several countries. Malaysia reported 41 new coronavirus cases, all linked to a religious event on the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur that was attended by about 10,000 people from several countries. Malaysia has cancelled all education ministry programs. Myanmar has reported its first cases of COVID-19, 2 Myanmar nationals, a 36-year-old traveling from the United States and 26-year-old returning from Britain. Myanmar's armed forces have announced it will postpone its annual military parade to try to prevent the spread of the virus. The Ministry of Health is preparing $200,000 in funding to buy laboratory equipment, medicines, and protective equipment to fight the virus. Government officials have restricted travel and increased health checks along the border with China. Country suspends visa on arrival for all travelers from China. 7 patients isolated after showing symptoms, no confirmation on new cases. 1 suspected case reported. The country turns back China Southern flight carrying 79 passengers from Guangzhou. Philippines. The Philippines has confirmed 39 new cases, bringing the country's total to 501. More than 670 Filipino health workers have been quarantined over fears they were exposed to the virus. The number of infections in the Philippines rises to 462. The country recorded its 19th death amid 307 cases. The Philippines Health Ministry reported 45 more confirmed cases, bringing the nationwide total to 307. The Philippines has reported 13 new coronavirus infections, bringing the total number of positive cases in the country to 230. The Philippines will stop issuing visas to foreigners in a bid to stop the spread of the novel coronavirus. Thousands of people have rushed to the Philippines' main international airport in a bid to get out of the country amid a month-long lockdown. Cebu Pacific is canceling all flights, domestic and international, from March 19 through April 14. Thousands of foreign travelers need to leave the northern Philippines by Friday or they will be stranded in the region, which has been placed under quarantine. The country has recorded 2 more deaths due to the coronavirus, bringing the total to 14. According to the Philippines Health Ministry, 45 more cases of the coronavirus have been confirmed, bringing the total number of cases to 187. Philippine Airlines has cancelled all domestic flights with immediate effect as a result of the strict quarantine imposed across the island of Luzon. The country has also halted stock, bond and currency trading until further notice. President Rodrigo Duterte placed the entire Philippine island of Luzon under an enhanced community quarantine until April 12, affecting some 57 million people. Any public movement would be restricted to only buying food, medicine and other essential items necessary for survival. Singapore reports 54 new cases, 48 of which were imported by residents from other parts of the world where the infection has spread. National carrier Singapore Airlines will ground 96% of its capacity that had been scheduled up until April of this year. The number of cases in Singapore has risen to 455. Singapore has reported its first 2 deaths. The first fatality was a 75-year-old female Singaporean, while the second victim was a 64-year-old man from Indonesia. Singapore reported 40 new coronavirus cases, mainly imported infections from the United Kingdom. The number of infections stands at 385. The Ministry of Health on March 19 confirmed 32 new COVID-19 cases, taking the national total to 345. Of the new cases, 24 cases are imported and 8 are local cases. Singapore has reported 17 new cases, bringing the total number of infections to 243. The Ministry of Health reported 14 new COVID-19 cases on March 15, bringing the country's total to 226. Singapore will block entry or transit for visitors with travel history to Italy, France, Spain and Germany within the last 14 days. Singapore will cease port calls for all cruise vessels, effective immediately, according to the country's Maritime and Port Authority. Singaporeans have been advised by the country's health ministry to defer all non-essential travel to Italy, France, Spain and Germany. National carrier Singapore Airlines and Silkair have cancelled a number of flights to and from several cities in India until April 26. Thailand. The country has reported its second COVID-19 related death, amid 721 infections. Thailand will close its land borders beginning late on Monday to curb the spread of the virus. Among the border checkpoints ordered closed were the crossings between Thailand and Malaysia, Thailand and Laos in Nakhon Phanom, and the crossings between Thailand and Cambodia in Sa Kaeo province. The country has reported an increase of 123 cases as of March 23, bringing the total number of infections to 721. Thailand reported its largest daily increase in coronavirus infections, with 89 new cases taking the national tally to 411. Bangkok Governor Aswin Kwanwang signed a shutdown order effective from Sunday to April 12. The order will see the closure of restaurants, department stores, markets, schools, barbers, sports stadiums, golf courses, and massage parlors, among others. Exceptions include takeaway restaurants, supermarkets, drug stores, and food markets. Thailand has reported a spike in cases, with its total rising by 35 to 212. Thailand has reported 30 new cases of coronavirus, bringing its total to 177. 11 of the 30 cases are linked to a boxing ring. Officials in Thailand have confirmed 33 new cases of the coronavirus, bringing the total number of infections to 147. Thailand reported 32 new coronavirus cases, bringing the total infections to 114. Thailand reported 7 new coronavirus cases on Saturday, bringing the total number of cases to 82. Thailand reported 11 new coronavirus cases on Thursday, bringing the total number of cases in the Southeast Asian country to 70. Thailand will stop issuing visas on arrival for visitors from all countries that were previously eligible for them. The country will also cancel visa exemptions for visitors from South Korea, Italy and Hong Kong. Travelers from China, Macau, Hong Kong, Iran, Italy and South Korea are now required to present a medical certificate proving they are not infected with COVID-19 before boarding their flight to Thailand. Vietnam. The number of cases rises to 123. Infections in Vietnam have risen to 113. Vietnam will suspend all inbound international flights. The number of cases in the country reached 92 as of Saturday, March 21. Vietnam will temporarily suspend visa-free travel for citizens of Japan, Belarus and Russia from Saturday. Vietnam Airlines will suspend all international flights until at least April 30. Vietnam will introduce mandatory quarantine for all visitors from the US, Europe and ASEAN countries. There are 61 cases in the country. Vietnam's health ministry said all passengers coming from or through China, South Korea, the UK and Schengen countries will be compulsorily quarantined and tested for coronavirus. The Formula One races in Bahrain and Vietnam have been postponed. Vietnam has confirmed its 34th case of COVID-19. Vietnam has reported another coronavirus case, raising the national total to 32. For more information regarding other travel restriction policies in the country, please see this link. Vietnam is temporarily suspending visa exemptions for 8 countries due to the outbreak. Citizens of the United Kingdom, Denmark, Norway, Finland, Sweden, France, Germany and Spain will temporarily not be able to use the visa waiver program. Vietnam confirmed 1 new case of novel coronavirus, bringing the nationwide tally to 31. Other Asian countries and regions. Afghanistan has recorded its first COVID-19 related death. The number of cases has jumped to 22. Afghan health authorities announced that the number of COVID-19 infections in the country has risen to 16. The number of cases in Afghanistan has jumped to 11. Afghanistan has recorded 7 cases. 3 new cases of the virus recorded in Afghanistan. The country recorded its first case of the virus. Bangladesh. The country will issue a general holiday starting from Thursday until April 4th. The army will enforce social distancing. 33 cases in the country, with the total deaths standing at 3. Bangladesh has reported its first death from the novel coronavirus while 14 patients are infected with the disease across the country. Educational institutions across Bangladesh will be suspended for the next 2 weeks. The number of cases nationwide is 8. Bahrain has recorded its second death, with the number of cases reaching 183. The total number of cases reaches 332. The Formula One races in Bahrain and Vietnam have been postponed. Bahrain has reported 77 new cases of coronavirus among citizens evacuated from Iran, raising the total to 189. Bahrain-based Gulf Air announced that it will suspend all flights to and from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Fans will not be allowed to attend the Bahrain F1 Grand Prix, which is scheduled for the 20th to the 22nd of March. Bahrain has confirmed 6 new coronavirus cases, raising the total number to 47 cases. Bahrain has recorded 36 cases. Bahrain has reported 7 new cases, bringing the country's total to 33. 3 more people have been diagnosed with COVID-19 in Bahrain, bringing the country's total to 26. Bahrain has decided to suspend all private and public schools and universities across the kingdom for the next 2 weeks. The country has 23 cases. The country has confirmed its first case of the virus. Hong Kong will ban all non-residents from entering the city as of March 25. The city has reported 44 more cases, bringing the citywide total to 317. Hong Kong said it had recorded 48 new cases of coronavirus, bringing the number of cases to 256. Hong Kong will start issuing orders for 14-day compulsory quarantine to all people arriving in Hong Kong from overseas. The number of cases in Hong Kong has reached 157. Hong Kong has issued a red travel alert covering all foreign, requiring anyone entering the country to self-quarantine. The Hong Kong Tourism Board (HKTB) announced visitor arrivals to Hong Kong in February was 199,000, a drop of more than 96% from the same time last year. The number of cases in Hong Kong has risen to 148. Hong Kong has issued a red outbound travel alert on Ireland, United Kingdom and the United States. Hong Kong will make all travelers from Europe stay in quarantine for 14 days. Hong Kong's hospital authority confirmed that a coronavirus patient died on Friday morning, the 4th fatality in the city related to the global pandemic. Hong Kong's Hang Seng dives more than 7% at the open. Hong Kong has seen the number of cases rise to 133. Ease in confirmed cases to 12. 680 citizens currently under observation displaying similar symptoms. Coronavirus cases reach 10, local anger as territory runs out of masks. Hong Kong has 8 confirmed cases and has announced the suspension of all ferries and rail services from mainland China from Thursday and has cut by 50% all inbound China flights. India cases in the country reach 433. India will stop all domestic flights from Tuesday night. The Indian government has prohibited the export of masks, ventilators and raw textile materials for masks and coveralls. The number of cases in India as of March 18 has reached 152. The country has shut down the Taj Mahal to visitors. India is banning all travelers from the European Union, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, Switzerland, Turkey and the United Kingdom from midnight Wednesday. The number of cases has risen to 114. COVID-19 cases rise to 110. India reported that the number of coronavirus infections had risen to 107. The number of cases in India has reached 82. India suspended domestic football until the end of this month. India has now decided to postpone its IPL 2020 cricket tournament until the 15th of April. 7 people in Agra, 2 in Ghaziabad and 1 each in Noida and Lucknow have tested positive for coronavirus. More on our sister publication, India Briefing, accessed here. Authorities have ordered schools, theaters and cinemas closed in New Delhi for the rest of the month. A 76-year-old man who died 2 days ago in Karnataka while being treated for suspected coronavirus. India has confirmed 8 more coronavirus cases in the state of Maharashtra, bringing the national total to 68. Starting Friday, India is essentially banning all foreign tourists, and quarantining anyone who's been to 7 countries worst affected by coronavirus. The number of infections has risen to 60. Indian authorities have stated that any passengers who arrive in the country to self-quarantine for 14 days if they have visited China, Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan, Italy, Thailand, Singapore, Iran, Malaysia, France, Spain or Germany. Iran. The death toll in Iran increased to 1,812, while the total number of infections also increased to 23,049. Iran recorded a further 129 deaths in the past 24 hours, bringing the death toll to 1,685. The total number of infections has reached to 21,638. The number of confirmed cases reached 20,610 in the country, while the death toll was 1,556. Iran announced 149 more fatalities from the coronavirus, bringing the death toll to 1,433 amid nearly 20,000 confirmed cases. The president ordered the closing all shopping malls and markets, except for essential centers such as pharmacies and grocery stores for the next 15 days, starting Friday. The death toll in Iran has reached 1,284, with new coronavirus killing 1 person every 10 minutes in Iran, a health ministry spokesman said. Iran has confirmed 147 new deaths from the novel coronavirus, bringing the country's total death toll to 1,135. The number of deaths in Iran has risen to 988. Iran has temporarily freed about 85,000 prisoners, including political prisoners, in response to the coronavirus epidemic. Iran's death toll from the new coronavirus has reached 724. The coronavirus has killed another 97 people in Iran, pushing the death toll to 611 amid 12,792 cases. Iran has postponed work on the Abadan oil field until mid-April. The death toll in Iran has reached 514, with a total of 11,364 diagnosed infections. The escalating outbreak in Iran has killed 429 people and infected 10,075. Iran has asked the International Monetary Fund (IMF) for emergency funding totaling $5 billion. Iran's senior vice president and 2 other cabinet members have the new coronavirus. Iran's death toll reached 354, a rise of 63 in the past 24 hours. The coronavirus has killed 54 more people in Iran in the past 24 hours. This raised the death toll to 291 amid 8,042 cases. Iraq infections have now reached 266. The number of cases in the country reaches 233. The government has imposed a nationwide lockdown until March 28. This comes as the death toll rises to 20. Iraq has suspended all flights to and from Baghdad airport as of March 17 until March 24. Iraq has banned entry to travelers from Germany and Qatar. Iraq cancelled Friday prayers in the city of Karbala. The number of those diagnosed with COVID-19 has reached 56. Iraq's Ministry of Health announced 3 new coronavirus cases. The total number of cases has reached 38. Iraq has detected 2 new coronavirus patients, both of whom had recently visited Iran, bringing the total cases recorded so far to 21. Iraq has confirmed its 6th case of coronavirus, a young Iraqi man in Baghdad who had traveled from Iran. Iraq has banned all public gatherings and banned travelers from China, Iran, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, Singapore, Italy, Bahrain and Kuwait. Iraq has confirmed its first virus case. Japan. The number of access in Japan has reached 1,801 with 49 deaths. The Canadian government has announced it will not be sending athletes to the Tokyo Olympics. Citizens are advised not to travel to all of Iceland, as well as some provinces of Italy, Spain, and Switzerland. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said that he has secured support from G7 leaders to hold the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games in their complete form. Japanese health authorities confirmed 31 new cases of infection with the new coronavirus on Sunday, bringing the total count to 804, excluding the cases on the Diamond Princess. The Tokyo Metropolitan Government said it would postpone the opening ceremony of the Olympic Aquatics Center. Japan's Nikkei index falls 10% at opening. Tokyo's benchmark Nikkei index nosedived more than 7% shortly after the open. Tokyo Disneyland will remain closed through mid-April. Japan had 59 new cases of coronavirus infection on Tuesday, the biggest one-day rise since the start of the outbreak. The number of infections has now reached 1,278. Japan unveiled a second package of measures worth about $4 billion in spending to cope with the fallout of the coronavirus outbreak. The measures will focus on providing support to small and mid-sized firms. Jordan. The total number of cases has reached 112. Jordan will impose a curfew early on Saturday starting from 7 a.m. This is to prevent people from moving except for emergencies. Jordan confirmed 6 new cases of coronavirus, including one from an American tourist coming from Egypt. Jordan announced its first case of coronavirus. Kazakhstan. Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev declared a state of emergency due to the coronavirus outbreak. The number of infections is 8. 2 Kazakh citizens have tested positive for coronavirus after returning from Germany. Kazakhstan is suspending all public events. Kazakhstan will bar entry to travelers from Italy and is adding France, Germany and Spain to the list from March 12. Kuwait. Cases in Kuwait reach 189. The Kuwaiti Health Ministry announced it registered 8 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, bringing the total to 112 cases. Kuwait on Saturday confirmed that 2 people have recovered from the deadly coronavirus, raising the total number of recoveries in the country to 7. Kuwait announced that 8 people tested positive with the coronavirus in the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of people infected with the virus to 75. Kuwait will halt all commercial flights to and from the Gulf Arab state starting on Friday. Kuwait confirmed 3 new cases of the coronavirus, bringing the total number to 72. Kuwait has confirmed 61 cases of the virus. The country has banned flights to and from Egypt, Palestine, the Philippines, Syria, India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. 10 more people have tested positive for coronavirus in Kuwait, bringing the national total to 56. Reuters is reporting that Kuwait has confirmed 2 more cases of coronavirus, bringing the total number of infections in the country to 45. The number of confirmed cases of coronavirus in Kuwait now has leapt from 26 to 43. Lebanon. Cases in the country jumped to 267. Lebanon has closed its airport, borders and ports for 2 weeks starting Sunday until March 29. Lebanon's banks will close on Saturday to take steps to sanitize branches. The number of cases in Lebanon has climbed to 66. Lebanon will halt all flights and other travel to and from Italy, South Korea, China, and Iran. Lebanon confirmed its first death from coronavirus. Lebanon confirmed 4 new cases of the virus, raising the total to 32. The number of cases in Lebanon has totaled to 28. The health ministry said 3 more people tested positive for coronavirus after arriving from Iran, bringing the total in the country to 10. Lebanon's health ministry confirmed the country's second case of coronavirus. Lebanon has recorded its first case of the virus, a 45-year-old female who had just returned from the city of Qom in Iran. Kyrgyzstan. The number of cases in Kyrgyzstan reaches 16. Kyrgyzstan has confirmed its first coronavirus cases with 3 citizens testing positive after arriving from Saudi Arabia. Macau. The country will ban the entry of most non-residents. 25 people have contracted the virus. Macau will quarantine travelers from Germany, France, Spain, and Japan, coming into the country. Macau has imposed a compulsory quarantine on people who have traveled to Italy or Iran in the past 14 days. Macau has allowed 29 casinos to open but would be operating at 30% capacity. Furthermore, the casinos would have to follow new health and safety guidelines. These are mandating all casino employees wear a mask or keep a distance of 1 meter apart from others, and barring anyone with fevers or acute coughs. Macau will give residents $274 million worth of vouchers to boost the coronavirus-hit economy. The government says the 9 people still infected with the virus will be discharged soon. 1 patient has already been discharged. Closes all 41 casino operations for 2 weeks, 10 people infected. Maldives. Total cases reach 13. The Maldives has reported its first cases of the novel coronavirus in 2 employees working at a tourist resort. The Maldives announced a ban on travelers arriving from China, February 3. Chinese tourists made up the bulk of visitors in 2019. Mongolia. Mongolia is temporarily banning any travel into the country through its border with Russia. Mongolia has barred anyone from entering or leaving its cities for 6 days. The capital Ulaanbaatar and all province centers are quarantined until March 16. Mongolia said on Tuesday that a French national working in the country had been confirmed to have the coronavirus. Mongolian President Khaltmagin Batulga has been placed under a 14-day quarantine after a 1-day visit to China. Mongolia will restrict travel from its capital Ulaanbaatar to other provinces until March 3. Mongolia has halted all flights from South Korea. The government has extended the suspension of all schools until the end of March. Turkey has issued a travel warning to Mongolia. The country has suspended all schools until March 2. Mongolia suspends coal exports to China until March 2. The country gives until February 6 for Mongolian nationals to return from China. They will be quarantined. No arrivals permitted to any visitors from China until March 2. Nepal. Nepal's government announced that it would cancel all climbing permits for Mount Everest from the 14th of March until the 30th of April. Nepal government announces suspension of visa on arrival for all foreign nationals till the 30th of April. Nepal has 1 confirmed case, arriving from Shanghai. Screening on arrival has begun. North Korea. North Korea says it released thousands of people from quarantine, including all but 3 foreigners. North Korea's state airliner Air Koryo will run a special flight from Pyongyang to the Russian city of Vladivostok for diplomats and international organization staff who want to return home. North Korea has postponed the start of the new school term. State media has said the government has quarantined 380 foreign nationals. North Korea has cancelled its April marathon over the virus outbreak. North Korea will impose a 30-day quarantine for all foreign visitors. 72nd anniversary of military celebrations cancelled in Pyongyang. Seoul warns of potential crisis in country, suggesting that Sinwiju, a North Korean border city with China, has had multiple deaths and infections are spreading. Oman recorded 66 cases in total. Oman has banned public gatherings and has also shut currency exchange bureaus. The country has reported 55 cases. The total number of cases in Oman reached 52. Oman will ban the entry of non-GCC citizens through all land, sea and airports, and will place anyone entering the Sultanate under quarantine. The government has also closed all public parks and has banned all public gatherings including weddings, funerals, as well as the Friday prayer. The number of confirmed cases in the country has reached 18. Oman has suspended all non-scheduled flights to and from Egypt. Oman has banned the entry of visitors from countries where coronavirus has spread. Oman has suspended Italian tourist flights from Salalah Airport for a month. Oman has reported 2 cases of the virus. Pakistan cases in Pakistan reach 803, with 6 deaths. Pakistan suspended all international flight operations for 2 weeks. Pakistan reported its third COVID-19 death. The number of cases in Pakistan has risen to 245. Pakistan has confirmed 213 coronavirus cases. 5 more cases of coronavirus were detected in the southern Pakistani city of Karachi, raising the country's total cases to 189. The number of coronavirus cases in Pakistan has increased to 122. The number of cases in Pakistan has increased to 94. The State Minister of Health confirmed that the total number of cases now stand at 52. Pakistan has announced a countrywide shutdown of all educational institutions. Pakistan has confirmed its 5th case. Their country is closing all schools today and tomorrow in the province of Sindh. Pakistan has confirmed 2 coronavirus cases. Pakistan has closed its border with Iran. 800 students have pleaded with the government to repatriate them. 5 suspected cases. The country refuses to airlift 500 nationals from Wuhan on basis does not have sufficient domestic facilities to cater for any infections. Resumes flights between Karachi and Beijing after 1 week suspension. 1 student returning from China quarantined in Karachi. Country suspends all China flights. Pakistan suspends flights to China. Palestine. The number of cases in the Palestinian territories reached 52. Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque and Dome of the Rock have closed their doors as a precaution against the coronavirus. Palestinian authorities confirmed a new coronavirus case in the occupied West Bank. The number of people infected with coronavirus has risen to 26. Palestinian officials have quarantined 14 U.S. tourists in a hotel in the West Bank town of Beit Jala. The Palestinian government has confirmed 7 cases of the virus and has declared a 2-week ban on tourists visiting cities. Qatar closed all shops except for food stores and pharmacies. Qatar has reported 38 new coronavirus cases, taking the total number of infections to 439. The Qatar Ministry of Public Health (MOPH) announced 64 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, taking the total number of cases to 401. The country has also announced 75 billion rials ($20.5 billion United States dollars) in financial incentives to the private sector. Qatar said it would ban non-Qataris from entering the country for 2 weeks as of Wednesday. Qatar announced 238 new confirmed cases of coronavirus. The number of confirmed novel coronavirus cases in Qatar jumped from 24 to 262 in 1 day. Qatar announced it was suspending schools and universities from Tuesday. The number of cases in Qatar is now 15. Qatar has banned travelers from 14 countries starting March 9. The ban covers China, Egypt, India, Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Syria and Thailand. 4 new cases of coronavirus have been confirmed in Qatar, taking the total to 7. Qatar has confirmed 2 new cases, bringing the total to 3. The country imposed has banned entrance for all travelers coming from Egypt. The opening race of the MotoGP season in Qatar on March 8 was cancelled because of travel restrictions imposed on passengers from Italy. Qatar reports first case of coronavirus. Qatar's ruler has ordered the evacuation of Qatari and Kuwaiti citizens from Iran. Russia confirmed cases jumped to 438. The mayor of Moscow has told residents over the age of 65 to stay at home. The number of cases in Russia increases to 199. Russian scientists have begun testing prototypes of potential vaccines against the new coronavirus on animals. Russia reported 114 cases of coronavirus, up from 93. Moscow has banned all outdoor events and limited indoor public events to no more than 50 people until April 10. Russia will ban the entry of foreign nationals and stateless people from March 18 to May 1. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has set up a new task force to lead the country's fight against the coronavirus. Moscow's mayor, Sergei Sobyanin, will lead the group, with the number of cases rising to 63. Russian cases have risen to 45. The country will limit passenger flights to and from the European Union, Switzerland and Norway, starting on March 16. Russia has reported another case. Russia will suspend entry for Chinese citizens from February 20. A Russian woman aboard the Diamond Princess has tested positive for the virus. The second patient recovers in Chita and has been discharged. No additional cases. Our new Russia-specific updates here. Sochi Investment Forum, due to be held in March, has been cancelled. Country to deport all foreign nationals found with coronavirus. 2 patients are coronavirus positive in the Baikal and Tumen regions. Russia has barred Chinese tour groups from entering the country. Far East Russia, Mongolia, and North Korea have closed their borders with China. Saudi Arabia. The kingdom has now imposed a curfew from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. for the next 21 days. Security, health, water, electricity, trash collection and media sectors are excluded from the curfew. Cases in Saudi Arabia has jumped to 511. Saudi Arabia will tap debt markets more to help finance $32 billion in economic measures to mitigate the impact of the coronavirus outbreak. Saudi Arabia will shut down all domestic flights and public transportation for 14 days. The number of infections rises to 238, while 8 have recovered. Saudi Arabia plans to convene a virtual G20 summit next week. The country announced that mosques would no longer be open for the customary 5 daily prayers or Friday congregations. Saudi Arabia has suspended all work in private sectors for 15 days. The country currently has 171 cases. Saudi Arabia confirmed 15 new coronavirus cases, raising the total number to 118. The government has also suspended the attendance of employees at their workplaces in all government agencies except for those in the health, security and military sectors, for 16 days. Saudi Arabia also announced 50 billion rials, $13 billion to ease the effects on the private sector. South Korea. 76 new cases were reported on Tuesday, representing the 13th day the country has reported new infections of 100 or less. Total infections reached 9,037 with the death toll at 120. The Korea Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said there were 64 new cases on Monday, taking the total to 8,961. The death toll stands at 110. South Korea reported 147 new coronavirus infections on Saturday, bringing the country's total to 8,799. South Korea has reported 87 new coronavirus cases, bringing the total infections to 8,652. South Korea said on Wednesday it would inject more dollars into its banking system to ensure businesses have enough funding. There were 93 new coronavirus cases on Wednesday, bringing total infections to 8,413. South Korea reported 84 new coronavirus cases as of Tuesday, marking the 3rd day in a row that the country has reported fewer than 100 new infections. South Korea has expanded its special immigration measures to cover all arrivals starting Thursday. The new policies will require all visitors regardless of the port of origin to undergo a one-on-one temperature check when entering the country. The country announced 74 new cases on Monday, bringing the total to 8,236. South Korea has expanded special screening measures to arrivals from all European countries. South Korea reported 110 new coronavirus cases on Friday, taking the country's total infections to 7,979. South Korea has 114 new cases, as well as 6 more deaths. 60 people have now died from COVID-19 infections in the country. South Korea reports 242 new cases, bringing the total to 7,755. 50 people tied to a single call center in the South Korean capital of Seoul have contracted the novel coronavirus. Sri Lanka. The country has recorded 94 cases. The number of cases has jumped to 92. The number of cases in the country has risen to 72. The Sri Lankan government on Friday imposed a 2.5-day curfew across the whole island. The number of cases has risen to 59. Sri Lanka banned all incoming flights for 2 weeks. Major construction projects have stalled in Sri Lanka as many Chinese workers have not returned since the Lunar Year holiday. No new cases, government issues preventative measures online here. Solely infected patient recovers, 55 Lankans repatriated from Wuhan show no symptoms. 16 patients under observation. All Chinese workers based on projects in the country are being tested. Sri Lanka has suspended all visa on arrivals from China. Taiwan. The number of cases has jumped to 215 from March 24. Infections in Taiwan have reached 195. The number of cases in Taiwan jumped, with 27 new infections, taking the total to 135. A second death was also reported. Taiwan authorities have said non-residents will be banned from entering the country from midnight tonight. Taiwan reported 6 new cases of the coronavirus, all imported. The number of cases is now 59. Taiwan has recorded 48 cases to date. 2 planes carrying 361 Taiwanese from Wuhan have arrived back on the island. Taiwan has confirmed 2 more cases, bringing the island's total to 44. Taiwan confirmed 5 additional coronavirus cases on Saturday, raising the total tally to 38. Taiwan has confirmed 34 cases. Turkey has suspended all international flights until April 17. The death toll in Turkey has jumped to 30. The number of infections in Turkey rose to 947, with the death toll reaching 21. The death toll in Turkey due to the coronavirus rose to 9, with the number of confirmed cases also increasing to 670 from 359. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan issued a decree postponing all events related to science, culture and art. The death toll in Turkey due to the coronavirus rose to 4, with the number of infections rising to 359. The number of infections in Turkey stands at 191, with the president announcing a $15.4 billion United States dollars fiscal package to help protect the economy from the fallout from the contagion. Turkish Health Minister Fahrettin Koca announced the country's first coronavirus death. The country will impose flight bans to 6 more countries including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. The number of coronavirus cases in Turkey rose to 47. Turkey is temporarily closing cafes, restaurants, cinemas, theaters, gyms and other venues. Turkey has identified 12 new cases of coronavirus, bringing its total to 18. Turkey has set up quarantine locations for more than 10,300 people returning from pilgrimages to Islam's holy sites in Saudi Arabia. A second person has tested positive for coronavirus in Turkey. Turkish schools will be closed for 1 week and universities for 3 weeks from March 16. Turkey confirmed its first case of coronavirus. The male patient came in contact with the virus through Europe and has been in isolation. United Arab Emirates Airlines will temporarily stop all passenger flights as of Wednesday. The UAE has suspended public prayers in all places of worship including mosques across the country for 4 weeks. The UAE pledged 100 billion UAE dirhams, 27 billion United States dollars in bank measures to support businesses in the Emirates during the outbreak. Authorities in Abu Dhabi have closed major tourism and cultural venues, including the Louvre Abu Dhabi Museum and the Ferrari World Theme Park, from March 15 to 31. The total confirmed cases in the UAE is now 85. The UAE announced 14 new coronavirus cases, bringing the total number of infected people to 59. The UAE has recorded its 29th case of COVID-19, a 17-year-old Emirati student tested positive. Abu Dhabi has postponed the Global Aerospace Summit, which was expected to be attended by around 1,000 industry executives. The UAE has urged its citizens and residents on against travel abroad. The United Arab Emirates said on Monday that it is evacuating all its citizens from Iran. Major concerts and events in the United Arab Emirates have been cancelled or postponed. Total cases in the UAE have reached 19. 2 Abu Dhabi hotels, the Crown Plaza in Yas Island and W Hotel Abu Dhabi, have been put into lockdown. The UAE Tour, a road cycling stage race, has been cancelled after 2 Italian staff members tested positive for coronavirus. Abu Dhabi's Etihad Airways has suspended flights to Hong Kong until March 28. Dubai Airport in the United Arab Emirates will stop flights to and from Iran, except for the capital Tehran. The UAE has reported 13 cases. Uzbekistan, the country will lock down its capital, Tashkent, from March 24. The country has registered 46 cases so far. Uzbekistan sends 40 tons of protective equipment to China. This includes protective suits, masks, and gloves.